About 2 years ago, I had an interview with a digital marketing agency and I messed up. Now, I didn't even realize what I did wrong until months later. This gig was about $150 to $200. Yeah, it was in that range, and that was how I lost it. You can imagine. So, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you two very important interview lessons you need to make it through your interview so you don't repeat the same mistakes that I made. Let's get into it. Number one is if they ask you to tell them about yourself, like tell me more about yourself, please don't say anything around, oh, I like to write. For example, if you're a writer, I like to write. I've been writing since I was a child. I live in a small village and I like to read in my free time and anything like that. Please don't try it. Don't even go close. Don't say anything that looks like what I've just said. Okay? They are not asking you to tell them about your personal life, about your hobby. I mean, they don't even care, all right? They care about what you have to offer to them, what you bring to the table, all right? So when you get that kind of question, what they just want to know is your skills, they want to know your experience, what have you done relating to that particular role you're being interviewed on. I'm assuming at this point that if you're getting an invitation or an invite to an interview, you should go make research about whatever brand it is, whoever it is, or whatever role you're being invited for the interview regarding. All right, so you should make your research on it. And when you're now telling them about yourself, you should say things related to that role. What have you done relating to that related to that particular role? They're asking you about your skills, they're asking you about your experiences, they're not asking you about your hobbies, what you like and what you do not like. Nobody actually cares about that. Okay, keep it simple, keep it clear, keep it short, and make it real. If you've worked with any clients, you should tell them that, okay, this is what I have done in the past. I have worked with this brand, that brand, and I got them this result, that result. If you have not worked with any brand, you should also find a way around it, find a way to let them know that this is what you do. And if you probably practiced for yourself, for your brand, or volunteered anywhere, you should tell them that, okay, this is what I have done here, and I can actually replicate the same result for you. A good example of that is if you're a content writer and a virtual assistant at the same time, or you're a ghostwriter, all right, and you're being invited for an interview and they're asking you what you do or to tell them more about yourself, because that's usually how the question comes. You should say something like, you are a content writer, you write for this brand, you write for that brand, say personal brand, say knowledge based platform, whatever, whoever you write for, you mention it. You mention that, okay, you have been able to, if you have done it in the past, you just mention that, yes, I'm a content writer. I write blog posts, I write articles, I write social media content. So far, I've worked with this number of brands or this, that brand, and I've been able to achieve this, that result for them. Say something convincing, especially as relating to the particular role you're being interviewed for. Number two is when they ask you something like, what are your salary expectations for this role? Please don't say anything around $1,000 or I'm not taking the job. I mean, I literally did something like this, something not exactly, but something quite close to this in one interview, and that was how that conversation ended. I don't even know who advised me, right? Thinking about it right now, I'm like, what were you thinking? Okay, so please don't be like that. Don't be like me. I'm begging you. All right. Instead, you should actually make your research on salary range of that role, the salary range out there of that role. What are other people actually charging for that role? If you have a price list, it's okay to send it across to them that you've been working with. All right. But if you're a beginner or you have not actually fit into that particular capacity, all right, you should make your research, understand the job description, what you are expected to do in the role, and understand what are other people actually charging, what are other people actually paying. And then there is this thing I always tell my community to do. Don't just get right into telling them what you've researched or what you think. Ask them for what their salary range or what their compensation badge is for that role. All right. So by so doing, whatever they now tell you, you can raise it higher, and have them probably negotiate. Now I'll tell you why this method works, because I've seen it work for me. And over time, even for a job role or a gig I was thinking that I should be making less off from, because I was open-minded and I asked for the salary expectation, for the sorry for the compensation badge, I was able to actually earn more from that. I heard someone share some time ago how she was going to charge about $100 for a particular role. I think it was just to write a website copy, yeah, something of sort. And then she decided to ask them what the compensation badge for that gig was, or for that role was. And next thing is they gave her an amount times five, over times five of what she was initially going to get if she went straight up to tell them that this is how much she charges. I think that was even the first time she was able to make $1,000 from a role, because what they actually had was about $1,000 or $1,000. So you can imagine what she would have forfeited or what she would have lost if she didn't use this particular technique. So it works, and I recommend you start doing it from today. And trust me, you might just be lucky to land a client who would have a compensation badge that is times five or times two, or way higher than what you initially expected or what you would have charged to get a job done. All right, so that is it for that. I hope you found this video helpful. If you do well to let me know in the comments. And if you're here for the first time, my name is Sophia, and this is your safe place for honest conversations on faith, growth, remote working, and building a successful digital career. If this sound like subjects you're interested in, do well to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out anytime I upload helpful videos like this. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye.